how do you define God? Our little finite minds have trouble defining an infinite God. We try to create handles to get our arms around God. There's a term that we use called anthropomorphic, which means we try to take the characteristics of God and give them human features just so we can understand God a little better. You know, I'll go all the way back to the scripture that we were dealing with in the series when God calls Moses. And Moses goes to the children of Israel, calls Moses to go to the children of Israel. But before Moses go, Moses says to God, who do I tell them sent me? Early in the Bible, they describe God as the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And he is the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, but he's so much more. To just limit God to that would be to limit God. And when Moses said, who shall I say sent me? To me, it almost sounded like God was getting a little slick in the mouth when he said, just tell them I am that I am. I'm like, God, why wouldn't you give them a better definition, a better understanding? But God understands the power of his word. And if he had put anything after I am, it would have limited who God is. God could have said, I am a healer, but he's so much more than a healer. He could say, I am a protector, but he's so much more than a protector. God could have said, I am a provider, but it would have limited his ability to protect. So God just said, tell him I am that I am. See, the issue is that if God speaks a thing, even though it was not, it would become. And so if God had defined himself by one characteristic, it would have limited who God is. So how do we define God? God is so many things. God has so many things. God is peace, but he's not limited to peace. God is joy, but he's not limited to joy. And then even some of the things we don't like to talk about. God is judgment, but he's not limited to judgment. God has wrath, but he's not limited to wrath. So how do we define God? The one thing that comes up in the Bible, the one phrase, the one term, the one definition that does not limit the existence of God is penned by the writer of John when he said, God is love.
Oh, yeah. Love God with faith. Oh, yeah. I was running in circles, jumping the hurdles, getting caught in that rush of doing so much. I was feeling